Hey YouTubers, it's Pepper Putz back with another random video. So again, mind the mess. This is back at the laundry area. Outlet covers, plugins, PVC pieces. My lovely mess of parts and pieces for things. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video today is about fixing my washing machine. Again, not the prettiest. The purple stuff, of course, is from the PVC pipes that for some reason were installed. So now I've been having an issue. The thing will fill with water. It will engage everything but the center. It doesn't spin at all. Well, it didn't. So I have a magnetic switch here. It's not one of the old press clicker. There's nothing on the hood but a magnet up here on the lid. And so when that touches here, it activates the switch, kicks it over. Anyway, like I said, I was having an issue with it not spinning. It did everything else but. So now what I found I could do is, on most washing machines, somewhere along right in here, I doubt we're going to be able to get any good footage of it, but, yeah, kinda, you can see it. Anyway, somewhere in here you'll be able to see it. If you pry down, you should see a tab. Stick your screwdriver in there. I can't do this one. So yeah, you heard it click though right there. It was much easier to do this. Sorry about my horrible camera angles, but it was much easier to do this with both hands. Tell you that. So let's see if I can get that in there. Okay, so there's one side free anyway, as you saw by my exploding flathead. The other one should be, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, exactly right there. At least on my washer, so now I stuck my flathead through. Now we'll remove the door off the front. Again, this is kind of interesting one-handed. So now this is what you should see. Just a big mess of stuff everywhere. That water from earlier, I was tipped it over because I had unscrewed the bottom to check the motor to make sure it was spinning. The motor was free. And I didn't even need to do that, which is stupid. But the main culprit is going to be this hose right here. If I can catch some focus here. It's going to be this hose here. It connects here. And then again to the size knob up there in the back of the panel. So as you can see, if I pop it out here, it's actually a pretty gnarly looking tube. You can see there's still kind of some stuff in there. I got most of it. It was clogged to about here, solid pack. Soap scum, I'm assuming, is what it was. Anyway, I took that same flathead I had, and it was small enough to fit into the tube there. And so I ran it up into about there, twisting, prying, pulling, just loosening it up, breaking it up. Then I came up here, and I will show you guys because it's easier to show. Now mine has 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And luckily this flathead happens to fit in them. Kind of, it did, until I tightened it back down. And again, I'm doing this all one-handed, trying to see what I'm doing and watch the camera, but you know what? Let's see. Where's gonna be an alright place to set this for now? I ain't got anywhere. To heck with it. Just be a man, huh? No. Anybody can do this. But I'll just get over it. Alright, so there's one screw. Now we'll move on to the second here. This one apparently I didn't tighten as much as that one, so it was much nicer. Third. Now, if you can't find out how to unattach yours, I would tell you if you got like a small bristle brush, something that you can fit in there. It may not be the same exact as mine. Mine's a hotpoint. I'm unsure of year or anything. There, it's coming. Last screw wants to be a pain in the butt, of course. But now I disconnected it from right here is the other end of that hose. Again, like I said, it's connected to your load size. Essentially, that's a pressure sensor switch to indicate that your tub is full to the selected amount, and to make sure that it does not overflow. Now, because I broke it up in the end and there was so much, I popped it off here, and then of course gave it a couple of good blows. The other end, not going to tell you to do that just because it's probably going to be gross like mine was. Even just to put my mouth on it, I wrapped it with my shirt. But now that you've blown the stuff out of there, you'll connect this back. Now, you can screw it back together. I didn't when I first did this. You can see them, there's like little notches. They go into those little slots. So essentially when I ran it to test it, now of course it's not going to go back in because I am doing this all one-handed. Stupid hoses getting in my way. There we go. Drop it back in just like that. And now the end of my hose is clear, and so what you're going to want to do is, like I said, you're going to want to wrap it probably in your shirt or something, because God knows what all this isn't my washer. I didn't purchase it, so who knows what was in there. But now from behind there you're going to hear the switch activate when you blow into the other end of the tube here. That's a good sign. That means the line is clear. Then you're going to re-plug it back together here. If you take this guy off, just a little twist clip. I don't know if it's necessary to reattach it. I did just to get it out of the way. But anyway, now we shall resupply the power. And this is about where the spin cycle I found starts. So we'll just give it a pull. And it appears to me that it's spinning. I don't quite understand how that necessarily correlates. Maybe because it was clogged, it thought that it was full, and so it didn't want to activate the spin cycle when it was as full as it could be. I'm not certain. But then again, I break it and it stops. I guess the drain pump's still going, which is interesting, but then it, yeah, now it re-engages the clutch. And away she goes. So, if you're having trouble with your washer not doing a spin cycle, if everything else checks out, like it's staying, you know, a lot of the issues too can be that this here, but as you can see, mine locks. It's not, it'll free spin one way like it's supposed to, and then it'll catch. So I know it's not that. Again, I popped the bottom off to spin the motor down here. You can see that there's, well, probably not. If I had a flashlight, that would help. When you're doing it yourself, you'll be able to see back in there. This would be the front of the motor, and then in back there a ways there's a clutch assembly. Especially when you've pulled the bottom off, you'll see it. Now if you spin that and everything rotates, I mean, it would indicate to me anyway that your motor hasn't seized on the thing, which could be a possible issue depending on the age of the washer, if it had any leaks and things like that, maintenance issues. So I mean, if this does it, wait, you know, cool. I'm glad I could help you out. If not, maybe you just, yeah, get a hold of your local plumber, or whoever does maintenance for your appliances in the area, and have them come take a look at it. Otherwise, you could, you know, I put videos on YouTube to help people, and I'm sure that I'm not the first person to have made this video, and I'm not going to be the last. And if it's not this, hey, at least it's a place to start that doesn't take money out of your pocket or too much time. I'm rambling on here, and now it's finally just hit 10 minutes, so I mean, you could do it yourself. You just gotta, the hardest part's gonna be finding the 2 clips. I actually might have a better view of them now, if I can get the stupid camera to focus. Seems to be my biggest issue with my cameras. So you can see this tab right here, but right off to the side here, there's actually a little silver tab. Probably better on this side. Nope, my light sucks. But anyway, where this dent is, you can see where it comes down, and then right next to it is the tab. And then there's a couple on the bottom as well, here and over here. And those are going to slot the grooves in the bottom of the door. There is, if I can lift it here, you can see there's one there, and then there's one on the other side. And then the 2 on the top, I actually thought you were going to have to pry the clips again, but you do not. It just pops straight back in, you're good to go. Now, of course, when you're doing anything, I should have mentioned this first off, but of course, if you're doing anything with electricity, unplug it. I mean, as you noticed, I plugged mine in halfway through the video because I forgot to mention to unplug it, especially if you're working with water and electricity, because those two mix way too well, and it will result in a bad time for you. Anyway, I hope this can help somebody out. Like I said, it's something I just figured out, and I thought it was really cool, because I've been trying to figure out how to get this stupid washer to work for the longest time, and I knew it wasn't going to be a big issue, and it turned out it was, again, just that stupid little hose right there was clogged full of soap scum or whatever the heck it was. So I'm going to sign off. I will see y'all later. Hopefully, again, like I said, this helps somebody anyway. Have a nice day.